Wake up, analysis addicts. While you spent 6 months studying whether to reposition your product, your competitor made the same decision in 1 week and captured 30% of your market share. Decision quality peaks at 70% information and then plateaus. Every day beyond that threshold costs more in lost opportunity than it gains in certainty. Your thoroughness is not rigor, it's paralysis wearing a lab coat. Hello, my name is Todd Hagopian, the original Stagnation Assassin, founder and CEO of the Stagnation Assassins. As always, this will be a fast-paced, bold, in-your-face episode where we will teach all of the aspiring stagnation assassins out there how to declare war on stagnation. If you have issues with being right, but being 6 months too late, while faster competitors capture your opportunities, in this podcast, you will discover the 70% rule that defines sufficient confidence for intelligent action, the decision type matrix that calibrates analysis to importance, and the revenue responsibility engineering that transforms technical teams from cost centers into profit engines. Let's talk about the problem. Let me tell you about the 6 month mistake that proves being right too late is just another way of being wrong. Chinese competitor enters the market. They're offering our scales at 40% below our pricing. Simple math. We have three options, right? Match pricing and destroy our margins. Add features to justify the premium, or find completely different value proposition. The leadership team spent 6 months analyzing market research with grocery chains, competitive teardowns, financial modeling, focus groups, engineering studies, yada, 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 rigorous analysis, thorough due diligence, every stakeholder consulted, every risk evaluated. By the time they decided correctly to reposition the scales as shrinkage detection tools, they'd lost 30% of retail placement to the Chinese competitor. The decision was brilliant, but it was 6 months too late. And that is just another way of being wrong. 3 decision killers destroy transformation velocity. First, consensus trap. We need buy-in from all the stakeholders before proceeding. That sentence has killed more transformations than market downturns. The non-dispenser launch that we've talked about, engineering liked it, finance liked it, operations liked it, sales was neutral, marketing hated it. Traditional consensus, 12 weeks addressing the concerns. My approach, week 4, explained the decision, addressed reasonable concerns, made the call, launch in week 9 instead of week 21 or 121. The data delusion is the second one. Let's gather more data before deciding. Month 3, we had 70% confidence that optimizing existing operations would beat facility expansion. Basic analysis proved it, but leadership wanted more data. Detailed engineering studies, comprehensive benchmarking, simulation modeling. 15 months later, we achieved 95% confidence in the exact same decision we recommended at 70%. But now the market had changed. Demand projections that had justified optimization had evaporated during this analysis period. Third one, responsibility diffusion. Let's form a committee to evaluate options. Committees don't decide, they deliberate, discuss, and defer. That division had dozen standing committees when I arrived. I dissolved almost all of them in week 2 and 3. 0 decisions from elaborate processes, endless expensive air conditioning. Research proves the pattern. Decision quality peaks at 60 to 70% of ideal information, and then it plateaus or even declines. Beyond that threshold, marginal information does not justify the opportunity cost. You're not improving decisions, you're delaying them. Here's the technical team disaster. Traditional organizations treat engineering as a cost center, expense to minimize. Engineers optimize for technical perfection, not market impact. They spend months perfecting a manufacturer improvement that might save $8 a unit on something that's already priced below profitable levels. Meanwhile, a simple modification could unlock a $15 million market segment, but it languishes for 18 months because it's not in the budget. It's time to unleash the 70% rule and revenue responsibility engineering. The 70% rule makes decisions with approximately 70% of desired information and 70% confidence in the outcome. Waiting for 90% causes costly delays where opportunity cost exceeds marginal decision quality. There's a 3-question test for 70% confidence. Question 1, Do I understand the key risks and potential downsides? Not every risk, the material ones that could impact success. The non-dispenser launch that we've talked about had clear risks: cannibalization, retailer resistance, brand perception, but we understood them all and we had mitigation strategies. That's 70%. Question 2, can I explain this decision clearly to someone outside the situation? If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. 62% of customers don't use dispensers, but they pay the 70 extra bucks. Dispensers create 47% of the warranty claims. We'll offer premium without dispensers at $70 lower price. Clear. Question 3, if do I have a reasonable hypothesis about what will happen? Not certainty, but logical prediction. 25 to 35% of customers will choose non-dispenser at $70 savings, generating $6 million in annual revenue at 42% margin. Reasonable enough to act? All 3 questions? Yes, that's 70% confidence, and it's time to decide. Decision type matrix calibrates appropriately. Type 1 decisions are irreversible and critical. Maybe you need 85% confidence. Type 2, reversible and critical. That's the 70% sweet spot. Type 3, irreversible and non-critical. Still 70%, but with exit strategies. Type 4, reversible decisions, non-critical. 50% is enough. Revenue responsibility engineering transforms technical teams. Kill cost center metrics, budget variance, cost per unit, milestone achievement. Replace it with revenue accountability. Revenue attributed to engineering work. Market shares, gains from technical advantages. Customer acquisition enabled by product capabilities. When engineers attend sales calls to understand customers' needs directly, the magic happens. When project prioritization requires revenue projections, team killed technically interesting but commercially irrelevant projects. When innovation velocity mattered more than technical perfection, good enough solutions captured market windows. The raise your hand rule empowers everyone to challenge work lacking commercial connection. How does this create revenue? If no clear answer exists, the work stops until connection is established or task is eliminated. First month implementation, 47 hands raised, 31 projects killed or redesigned, 340,000 of waste effort eliminated. Compound effect, 70% decisions plus revenue responsibility equals 29 times more commercially valuable decisions. Multiplicative impact. Remember, visit toddhagopian.com for some awesome free content on slaying stagnation, or go straight to the source and visit the world's largest stagnation slaughterhouse at stagnationassassins.com. Make sure to sign up for updates, follow me on socials, buy our books, do all the things. But most importantly, tune in next time as we continue to declare war on stagnation. Now let's talk about the homework. Your decision velocity assignment. I want you to identify 3 decisions that have been stalled for more than 2 weeks right now. Apply the 3-question test. Key risks, are they understood? Can you explain them clearly? Reasonable hypothesis. If all of those 3 are yes, then decide yes or no this week. Then audit your technical team. What percentage of projects have clear revenue attribution? If it's below 50%, implement revenue impact statements for every project over $10,000. When you see 29 times more commercially valuable decisions flowing through your organization, you will never confuse analysis with action again. All right, folks, thank you. Looking forward to next week. I appreciate y'all.